Check out these. Anybody ever heard of Stinger tires? That's pretty cool. So, this is what we're working on next. I had done a bunch of work on this truck prior. It's got a G-body front clip. It has an LS. Yeah. Everybody loves those. But it's got a 6-liter ADE. Had a bunch of floor work done. Bunch of floor work. Got some different gauges and all that jazz done to it. I think they're just Dolphin. Oops. They look like the Dolphin, yeah, they're the Dolphin gauges. So all that's done. But what needs to get done now is I need to notch the back. We're gonna do a step notch. You've probably seen me do this before, but whatever. Get to see it again on a different truck. This particular truck has one of the Speedway 4-bar kits. So, I don't know. The kits are really nice. They bolt in, but I think I did bolt it, but I'm going to weld it as well. You can see where the spring perches actually come off. Their kits just bolts down. This is like a molded piece. These would actually go under, and then technically you would just bolt it through. And then the only thing you have to weld on is this back brace. So, with that said, I picked up some steel. So, I'm just going to mock up what I'm going to do for my step notch. And get cutting. Weld it up and show you what I do to get all that jazz in there. So there's the notch that I'm going to do. Seems a little excessive, but I want to mount my bags in behind the axle. I was going to move, this has the fuel tank, so I was going to move it back. I'm going to set that set up there. I'll probably have my shocks to the front down. Yeah, I don't know, if you're doing a notch, I don't know if it makes any difference if it's big or not. So so this is pretty much what I got going on. I got to figure out my angles to get them cut and transfer that to my square pipe and weld her in. I still got to trim out the inside of these and then weld the inside way better into here, because nothing's welded on the inside of these. You can see the notch is big, but it's only because I'm going to have my bag is going to be placed back here, or more right here. Where's my bag? So there'll be a bracket somewhere here for the bag. Keep that all low, out of the way. Yeah, it's pretty much as low as it can go because the brackets are hitting the ground now. It is a little hung up in the front. It's kind of hung up hanging on the cross member of the hoist here, but if that's any indicator, once the running board's on, the running board's pretty much right on the ground, so I think that'll be okay. I am going to put a cross brace across from that mount over to this side. So my idea is, with my bag compressed, it's going to sit behind the axle like this, with a mount coming off of this brace. You'll see. I'll show you. So I got my game plan in effect. Pretty much squished the bag down. That's about pretty much sandwiched all the way down. Gonna do the mount up here. I should put my bag about top of the axle, so it gives me a little bit of room to run my lines and stuff. It's all in and behind, so should be plenty of room everywhere for everything to breathe and play nice. So I'm going to cut this mount, and I'm going to cut a generic bottom one with one flat side, because I think I'm going to be welding it to the axle coming off, and then I'll build supports for it after. Okay, so what I have is the bag is actually going to be mounted lower. This is my lower mount. It'll probably go here, and I'm going to build some struts off to go to where it's got to go. Let me find my bag. Where's it headed? There it is. So the idea is now that the bag will sit here, and it'll come in behind the frame. This will be lower, that there's nothing above the frame. So when you put the floor in, these lines can follow wherever they gotta go. and so I'm just going to check that this is level, or at least the same level as the frame. So if that's 1.9, at least try to get everything the same amount of crooked. So this gets us in the range anyways. So I cut out a set of mounts like this on the plasma. And when you tack them in, it kind of looks like this. This is kind of what I went for. It's the one side. And the other side. So in case I do screw up, I can at least cut this and bring the bags down a bit. If for some reason we need that a little bit more. So this is tacked in. I'm going to do the other side quick and just test it, see how it works. If it's not binding or doing anything weird, I might have to break these and just reposition it just so the bags sit right at right height. So that was exactly what I was afraid of. So I'll have to cut the bags loose because you can see how crazy it gets. And this is about where it sets. So I'm gonna have to knock the top plate out and bring it back. I want to keep it about as far away as this is right now. So I'm gonna straighten these out. It'll get weird when it airs out, but that's only aired out, not when it's driving. So I'm gonna knock these plates off here. That's gonna spring that back. I'm gonna knock these upper plates off. I'm gonna take a little bit off the back of it, bring it back, and zap this all together again. Let's see what it looks like. So, had to roll it back, see how it looks. Not too shabby. You can see when it airs out, the bags just kind of go weird and wonky. I think it's just the way the suspension is on there. I don't know if it's designed really to be this low. When it's aired up though, it's fine. I can show you. Just give me a second. So when it airs up, it looks all normal. So that's my main concern. So at ride height, they're normal. So that's important to me. Then when they're sitting sacked out. So still have to finish my welding these brackets there, or you know, those mounts, the inside, the outside. I got to do shock mounts. My plan is to piggyback off of here, and I'll probably have a cross brace going across, and then the shock will attach to it. And then I'll probably raise the fuel tank just because the floor is going to be so high anyways. So I'll raise it so you don't see it from behind. Yeah. And then for drive shaft clearance, I'm just going to have to start hodging out a bunch of stuff there. But yeah, I'll figure it out. So it's probably all I'm going to do for this one until I get some more parts. I'm going to finish welding that stuff up, but that's really no big deal. Once I get that done, it'll show how I bed mount the floor, things like that. But that was kind of my little endeavor there. I have this. This is up next. This one is, well, it was an S10. I have another one of these trucks in the front yard that needs some of this bits on it. So what I'm basically going to be doing is this. It's the wrong wheelbase, so I'm going to clip the other truck. So I'll be cutting this clip off. This is an S10, but it's a short box, so it's the wrong wheelbase, 107 inch or so. So I'm just going to pull the motor and trans. I'm bobbing the rails right there. I'll probably right away just trim the front rails instantly there where they need to be so I can fit the sheet metal. And then I drag the other truck in and we'll cut all the bits off of there and stab that on. So, coming up next. Yeah, well, thanks for watching, guys. Catch you on the next one.